Hello, 8th grade families. This is Mrs. Everett, and I'm the Director of Guidance and Enrollment Services at Seffner Christian Academy. And I will be working with you over the next 4 years as your students proceed through high school as their school counselor. And I wanted to come to you today via video to discuss with you about freshman course selection. Now, I met with the 8th grade class and talked with them about course selection for next year. And I know that sometimes things get lost in translation from school to home. So this video is a way for you to have all of the pieces of information to help you work with your student as you select courses for 9th grade. One of the first things I wanted to do is to talk with you guys about SCA graduation requirements. It is important to know the end goal as you start the race. And so we wanted you to be aware of the graduation requirements as you work towards picking courses for next year. SCA requires the successful completion of an academic program in excess of the state of Florida requirements. So all of our students will be completing requirements that are in excess to Florida standards. The minimum graduation requirement is 24 credits. That is the state of Florida minimum, but most SCA students graduate with 30 or more credits at the time of graduation. We do require a GPA of 2.0 or higher in order to graduate, and students must take a college entrance exam such as the SAT or ACT. Now, that's not anything you have to worry about at this point. We will start talking about college entrance testing towards the end of 10th grade, but I did want to make you aware of the requirement that they at least take the test, the ACT or SAT, at least once by the time they graduate. Now, I always encourage you to take it at least more than once or as many times as you need to in order to earn the score that you are desiring, but we do require at least one score. There's not a minimum score, but just one score by the time you graduate. SCA requires 4 credits of Bible, 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math, 4.5 credits of social science, those are your history classes, 4 credits of science, 2 credits of foreign language, 1 credit of fine arts, and 1 credit of health opportunities through physical education. That's known as HOPE. And that is a combination health and PE or physical education class that is required by the state of Florida in order to graduate. We do have various course levels. We have standard academic courses, also honors courses. Honors courses in English, science, and history are taught in combination. Honors and standard students are mixed in the same class, and the honors students complete additional projects and papers in order to earn the honors credit. Now, I have some very excited students that want to take a lot of honors courses, and that's great, but I always caution you to look at your outside of school schedule, like sports, fine arts, church, community service. If you're very busy outside of school, sometimes those honors courses can be overwhelming because of the additional projects and papers. So if you're unsure, I would say start out with 1 or 2 honors courses, and if you feel like you've handled that the next year in 10th grade, you can always add more. But we want to make sure that you're successful in those honors courses because they don't benefit you if you do poorly in your grades in those honors courses. We do offer advanced placement courses beginning in 10th grade for students who meet the criteria, and then also dual enrollment offerings through Hillsborough Community College and Southeastern University beginning in 11th grade or the summer after 10th grade. And that's for the students who meet those criteria. Now, I will give a more in-depth explanation of how these courses impact your student's GPA. We'll talk about that in the freshman parent meeting and the beginning of the year next year. We'll meet in August and we'll talk more specifically about GPA calculation. This is a high school program of study. I provided it in the handouts that I sent you in the email. This just gives you a brief overview of how a typical student would progress through courses in each subject area throughout the year. Now, this will update yearly based upon the courses that we're offering, any new things or additions that we've added to our program. But this will give you an idea of how students how they will progress, but also how what classes they should take next after their freshman year. So we'll go specifically through each subject so you are aware of the options for you. We have ninth grade English. All ninth graders will take English 1. You can either take it as a standard academic course or honors. Honors does require summer reading. There are an additional 2 to 3 books that honors students must read, and also complete a paper or project on. We'll be publishing those summer reading lists in the next few weeks, so you'll be able to see those requirements. Mathematics, there are 2 options. If you are an 8th grader and you took advanced pre-algebra this year, you'll be moving on to Algebra 1. You can either take it as a standard class or an honors class. Now, our math courses are separated by standard and honors. If you take Algebra 1 standard, you will be with only Algebra 1 standard students in that class. If you take Algebra 1 honors, you will be with only Algebra 1 honors students in that class. Placement in Algebra 1 honors is based upon your grade in pre-algebra for the year and also a teacher recommendation. Now, if you are an 8th grader and you took Algebra 1 honors this year, you can move on to geometry. You can either take it standard or you can take it as an honors class. If you have any questions about placement, like where you think you should go, always go to your math teacher first and ask them for their opinion on how you should be placed next year, how you should choose your courses. Mrs. Kretzer is also a valuable resource, and I'm also able to talk with you about that as well. But kind of talk through those options. Honors courses typically are more rigorous and move at a faster pace. So keep that in mind with all of your other outside of school activities. Then we have science, 9th grade science. If you took advanced earth science this year, you would move on into physical science. You can either take that as standard or honors. You can talk to Mrs. Brown and ask her suggestions on your placement on whether you should take honors or standard next year. Now, if you took physical science this year with Mr. Betts, you will move on to biology. You can take that as standard or honors. Those are the combination classes where you complete the additional projects for your honors credit. You must take physical science in order to move into biology. Physical science is a prerequisite course for biology. So if you have already taken physical science, you are able to move into biology next year. If you have any questions about placement, you're more than welcome to reach out to Mrs. Kretzer or myself. Now, your social science. These are your history courses. The state of Florida requires that all students graduate with at least a semester of American government. All of our 9th graders will start with American government. They can take standard or honors. This is a 1 semester only course, so they will only take it for a portion of the year, a part of the year. And then the next semester, they will take a fundamentals of writing course. This is required for all SCA freshmen and new to SCA students. We want to make sure that these students have the fundamentals or all the skills necessary in writing in order to be successful in high school, because writing becomes a large part of their academic program once they're in high school. So again, they will take American government 1 semester and fundamentals of writing another semester. Bible requirement is very simple. All of our 9th graders will take New Testament survey as a part of their Bible curriculum. 10th grade will be Old Testament survey, 11th grade is Christian doctrines, and 12th grade is patterns of Christian living. And you'll see that on your high school course progression sheet. So that's a very easy decision to make. There are no honors options available for Bible courses. And then we have HOPE. This is Health Opportunities Through Physical Education. It is a state graduation requirement. Some students who do not opt to take HOPE at SCA in their freshman year must take it on FLVS. Some students will choose to take the HOPE course during the summer between 8th and 9th grade. They must have that completed by the beginning of the year in order to not be placed in a HOPE course. Students who complete this HOPE course online through FLVS may begin their foreign language in 9th grade. And I just want to offer a word of caution. I know a lot of students have great plans to take it over the summer, but you just remember that your summer is 8 weeks long and it is a full year course. So it would be a lot of work. So if it is a course for a very disciplined, diligent, and a student that has a strong work ethic. If you struggle in those areas, I would not make the recommendation to take FLVS Hope over the summer. My recommendation for success would be to take it in the classroom here at SCA. And also, if you have a very busy summer, even if you're very well intentioned, it's just difficult, and it can be a discouragement to some of our students if they don't have enough time to get it completed. So just think about those things before you would make a decision on whether you would take the Hope class over the summer or take it on campus at SCA. Electives. All of our students have the opportunity to take 2 electives in their 9th grade year. These are sample elective options that are available. We have not published all of our electives options at this point yet. Those will be in the course selection, but you will see all of the samples that we have. If there's an asterisk by the elective, you will know that that course meets the fine arts requirement in order to graduate. And I encourage students, go ahead and get that fine arts credit completed in 9th grade. I have some students that like to maybe procrastinate a little bit and put it off, and senior year they have to get their fine arts credit in, and they get placed in a fine arts class maybe that they're not very excited about, or it's not interesting to them, and then they have to kind of stick it out through all their senior year to get that credit in, and they sometimes are grumpy about that. So a way you can prevent that is by taking your fine arts requirement course in your 9th grade year and get that taken care of. And you can see all of the different options for a fine arts credit. You will see in your course selection guide when it comes out, you'll see all of the elective options for next year. As I said, this is just a sample of the offerings that we'll be giving next year. The course selector may ask for 3 elective options. The third option is for backup. So if one gets full, you'll have another one as a backup in case the course is full or canceled. So just note that if you see a third elective option, that's what that's for. And then, like I mentioned before, consider choosing an elective that will meet your fine arts requirement for graduation. Now, when do you select courses? Course selection time frame. These will be mailed out on May 6th through the 17th. This will be emailed to you from me, Mallory Everett, and you will receive directions on how to select your courses through RenWeb. This is all done electronically through RenWeb. So you will have an email. It will have all the step-by-step directions in it. You will go into RenWeb as a family, student, and parent and make your course selections and then submit them. They go automatically to me. It's a very painless process. Now, your 9th grade schedules. Go ahead, settle into your summer. Schedules do not come out until about a week before you go back to school. So some students get real anxious and they're checking their RenWeb schedule all summer long. This will not come out until about a week before school starts. So do not panic. Just enjoy your summer, and you will receive an email from me when the schedules are posted in RenWeb, and you'll be able to log into your RenWeb account and view your schedule. Now, sometimes things happen and you need to make a course change. If you would like to request a course change sometime during the summer after you've made your course selections, that's going to close out. You won't be able to go back in and make a change. I have a course selection, a course change form on the guidance page of the SCA website. Please do not send me an email. The reason is I get a lot of emails and I wouldn't want anything to be missed or overlooked. So please use the course change form on the guidance page of the SCA website, and that will assure that nothing gets lost and that course change will be made in RenWeb by me. So that course change form is going to be key. Now, looking ahead, I just want you to go ahead and mark on your calendars the freshman and parent guidance meeting on Monday, August 27th at 6 p.m. School will start earlier in August. We'll give you a week or two to kind of get your schedule going and get in your routine, and then we'll meet together in the evening as parents and students, and we'll talk more specifically about freshman year. You are always welcome to feel free to set up an appointment with me, either in person, or I'm always willing to meet by phone. I know we all have very busy schedules. You can email me directly, meverett@scacrusaders.com, and I'm happy to meet with you. But as you can see, your freshman course selection is pretty cut and dry because of all your state requirements. So it's just making some of those decisions based upon whether you want to do honors or standard courses. And if you do decide to take on FLVS for your HOPE course, you can feel free to email me and I will send you the step-by-step directions in order to register for your HOPE class over the summer. So that's all I had to share with you today. I hope this was beneficial and informative for you, and I would encourage you to reach out to me or Mrs. Kretzer if you have any questions. We look forward to working with you in high school and can't wait for our 9th grade class to enter next year. Have a great day, SCA.